Based on my own experience, if you want to become proficient with your hand balance practice, the handstand is the one skill that should be trained almost every day. Certain variations, like the wall handstand hold, make it very easy to log quality skill work without jeopardizing rest and recovery. Constant practice and refinements of the handstand technique will yield consistent results in the future. Performance on skill-based exercises, for instance the handstand, will typically fall into a bell curve based on progression and consistency. For example, when you begin practicing your handstand, you will typically fail lots of times. Then, as you improve, you might start to achieve 2 to 3 seconds hold at times. Further improvements will then lead to consistent 2 seconds hold, as well as occasional holds of about 10 seconds. From this, we can conclude two things. The length of hold falls in the middle of a bell curve where your most consistent performance lies. This means that your abilities are best summed up by your consistent attempts. It's really important that you understand this because the average of your holds will define your ability. There are also outliers where you tend to do better or worse than your average performance, but don't focus on the outliers. When it comes to practicing skill-based exercises, the key is to make them consistent. Increase your holds by aiming toward the goal of performing a skill with a good technique at all times. For example, if you do 10 sets of handstand holds, the first set you could do 0 seconds, the second set you could do 2 seconds hold, then you could probably do 6 sets of 4 seconds hold, then another set of 8 seconds and another set of 10 seconds. In this case, you'd rather be always within the 4 seconds range rather than always aiming for the 10 seconds with mixed results. Human condition is to always focus on the best, posting videos on Instagram and YouTube and push the worst out of the mind. Instead, try to focus on your consistency, which is a lot better than that. As we already know, consistency is key when it comes for static and dynamic body awareness. If you become fatigued or inconsistent with your holds, take a break. Don't push yourself too hard for that 10 seconds hold. It's not as important as overall consistency. Another thing that's really important when it comes for the handstand practice is to not keep on bailing out over and over again, teaching yourself bad habits. Rather, try to minimize the number of fails and increase the number of successful sets. Creating a handstand log in your notes might help with your accountability and success rate. When it comes for the handstand, form is always priority. Try instead to fight hard for the handstand rather than bailing out at all times. If your holds are not where you'd like them to be, you might encounter physiological issues or frustration, which is very common. And if you happen to feel like this, step back, take a break, rest, calm yourself down, probably by practicing a little bit of breathing technique or exercises, or do some flexibility work in between sets. Once you feel like you have regained focus and concentration, you can restart your practice. Remember that handstand isn't a hit workout. One last thing before I leave, remember that practice does not make perfect. Perfect practice makes perfect.